Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the post-show live chat, where we're going to be talking about everything that went down in this latest episode of The Bachelor. How's everyone doing tonight? It's me, Bachelor Fantake. We're back with our cam. Got to work, and hope everyone is hope everyone's doing well tonight on this. It's really freaking cold here right now, but we got to stay inside and watch some drama unfold. It's getting out of hand. So before we get into the chatting, first and foremost, we're going to talk about the rules for the night. Number one, please, no posting any blatant spoilers in the chat. Of course, anything that's sleuthed out is welcome, or anything that comes from an official account, a contestant's account, the Bachelor or Bachelorette page, whatever. I'm going to do my best to answer any and all questions in the chat, but of course, super chats will get priority. And really the most important rule of all is be kind to each other. And Asiya, already with the super chat, always glad to have you here. I extremely dislike Shanae. Agreed. I don't like how she treated Elizabeth and the other girls. I just wish that Clayton would see it. Yes, so we can talk a little bit about Shanae and what the kind of scope is for her over the next couple of episodes, because the sad truth is she will be getting a rose at the next rose ceremony, where they've left it on a to be continued. Yeah, the shrimp emoji. Yeah, shrimpnay. Shanae will be getting a rose next episode. It looks like the after the next rose ceremony, they are going to be having the Genevieve Shanae drama happen, and I guess it's possible that we could see her go home after that. So maybe not next rose ceremony, maybe the rose ceremony after this one that they didn't have at the end of this episode. Another to be continued. So I'm hopeful for that. But we'll see. I'll review the footage. It'll be one of the main focuses of the preview breakdown. How far is Shanae going to go? Hopefully it's just the next rose ceremony that she's making it through. But you can see in the preview that she's on another group date. So if they're at a rose ceremony, she's going to be making it through. But we knew that already. Yeah, Shrimpgate. And again, Sia, thank you so much always for supporting the channel and super chatting. Honestly, Clayton should have talked to at least a couple of the other women about the Elizabeth and Shanae drama. Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's a point where you go, how much control do you have over your season? Are you paying attention at all? Because you would think if this huge drama piece is happening and multiple women are being called bullies by Shanae, and Shanae is saying everyone else is doing her wrong, you put on your big boy, big brain thinking cap, and you start to make some deductions. But we know that Clayton keeps Shanae around at least one more episode, and it looks like he sends Elizabeth home as well. Just based on there's no more preview footage of Elizabeth, but there's more preview footage of Shanae, and Shanae starts a feud with Genevieve next. So I mean, it would make sense to me that, well, Elizabeth is gone. Now, Shanae has to focus her anger on someone else. Gabby this episode, but Gabby's going to make it far, so they're not going to throw her into the mix. It's going to be Genevieve next. So I have no faith in Clayton's ability to sift through all of this, and it's a little bit concerning. But this is the season ahead of us. We've got major drama, Peter 2.0. And Kaleidosaurus, glad to see you as well. Thank you for supporting the stream, as always. Not watching the season live, but have severely missed post-show chats. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. I've missed you as well. Just popping in to say hi. Good to see you. Hopefully we will. If you're not watching it live, the recaps are always there, and maybe there will be a Bachelorette season where we can get back to the good old days. But thanks for the super chat, and thanks for popping in to say hi. And Wolverines 3030, thank you for the super chat. I hate that they introduced Hunter for the first time for her to unload her trauma about her ex-boyfriend, and then we will never see her again. Yeah, it's the only reason she was even introduced was because of that. And it's an editing thing. It's a structure. It's a storytelling thing from a TV editor's perspective. She's gonna tell the story. They want to highlight that story. So even though she was not really in any of the episodes before, she's gonna get highlighted, and then they shift back to the Shanae drama. The couple of women who are doing really really well in terms of like they're gonna go far, or they have a strong connection currently with Clayton. Like, by the way, Take note. It's easy to do so after the fact, but take note of the women in an episode who are highlighted with romantic footage, but don't get a group date rose or a one-on-one, and aren't in a lot of drama, and that tells you something. Case in point, Rachel, and it's easy to say this because we know that Rachel is in the final 3. We've got preview footage that shows Rachel's here in Iceland for this final 3 drama that they've had with Clayton and the previews all around, and they've had multiple women that they've thrown into here, but Rachel is the most legit one here. The background and everything, and the dress matching and all that. Rachel in this episode, she was highlighted at the group date for no reason. She didn't get the group date rose. Gabby got the group date rose. She's not involved in the Shanae drama. She's not, causing drama or anything like that. Or she's not a part of any storyline this episode. Not getting a rose, not getting the first or the one-on-one, or any of the other group date roses. But yet she got an extended period of time where romance was developed. And it's important because that is something you need to, like a good editor will put in to a season so that their relationship has a build to it. Doesn't feel like it comes out of nowhere when Rachel gets a one-on-one in the next couple of episodes. I don't know when that's going to be. Doesn't feel like it's coming out of the blue when he's like, this is one of the strongest connections that I have here. And then when she goes far, which we know, from the previews, we know that she is. It doesn't surprise us. It's important, but we can also kind of see through a bit of what the editors are doing, and in the opposite sense, I guess, is Hunter. She was not getting a group date rose. She's not getting the one-on-one, but the reason she was highlighted was because they wanted to pinpoint this moment. Then they throw it away again. So it tells you where Hunter's gonna go. Hunter is gonna make it to Toronto. She's like top 12 area, top 11 or something. So we do know that, but she's. I mean, there are a few other women. Like when we get things down, when we deduce, we try to like sift through all the ladies and get to a point where we're looking at a top 6 or something based on the preview footage. Hunter's not in that group. We've got Teddy, who's in Croatia here. That's near the end. That's potentially right before Hometowns or the episode before that, or it's because we know they also go to Vienna and stuff. Serene, Sarah, Rachel, Gabby. Also, was this episode? I just had the thought offhand. This episode? Did we miss this? Was there something here that we missed? Anyways, Gabby, Susie. These are the kind of women who do have that edit going on, and yeah, Hunter's not one of them. But yes, and Maria Hernandez, thank you for the super chat as well. Another name I recognize. Anytime someone breathes, Shanae gets offended. Yeah, Clayton saying the women should hash it out irritated me. Saying her mental health is being affected after calling out and making fun of Elizabeth is gross. Yes. I grimace when Shanae's on screen, and it feels so like, I don't know. It's just it seems she's such like a constructed Bachelor villain. It seems like she's like just trying to be this Bachelor villain, and it's working for me. It's working. Like I can't, there are other villains who've done it better. She's bad at being a villain too. Like it's so see-through, but yet Clayton is like, and she's going to be around for another few episodes. It just makes me angry. It makes me angry. I try to like enjoy the moments where romance builds, this season not so much, but I can't, it sucks me away when Shanae's on screen. And I also know she's going to make it. Like I'm watching this knowing that she's going to make it through the next rose ceremony. She 100% is in, like, so she said so much more footage. It's yes, I agree with you. She irritated me. And horrible making fun of people for having ADHD, which someone messaged me the other day saying, just FYI, that having ADHD isn't a mental health issue. It's a learning disability, I believe is what they said. But I have no doubt that Shanae would also make fun of people's mental health. She would have been on this black void date that they have, where they're just in the void, and she, she'd be going, she'd be making fun of Hunter. She'd be making fun of everyone in that room for whatever thing they have. I have it too, or I don't know, whatever she said. She said I have ADHD too. Like, anyways. If you enjoy hate watching The Bachelor, this is a great season for you. This is a beautiful season to hate watch because there's a lot to hate. And Charleston Franklin, thank you so much for super chatting. My first super chat. Enjoy your recaps. Keep it up. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for super chatting. Yes. So we have Shanae. Also, I have set up today. I was trying to set this up last week, but he didn't show up. Let me see if this is working here. The lighting might not be amazing, but we've got also a Bob cam here. Bob's in his chair. My dog Bob always loves to be in his chair. He rests. I have a light. I don't want to turn it on because he's sleeping. I don't want to turn it on, so it's harder to see him. I hope you can see it all right. If he does anything interesting, we'll cut to the Bob cam, but he's enjoying a nap. The other one, Jackson, my other dog Jackson, is no interest right now. So it's working. The cameras are working. I still only have one light. I've been waiting weeks for the part that I need to come. Bob for Bachelor? Absolutely. He does really well at the dog park. Just, but he's a bit shy, reserved. So, all right, if anything breaking and important happens on the Bob cam, I will cut to it. So far, nothing has happened. So far, nothing's moved. Is the camera? Yeah, okay, the camera's working. It's not frozen. Okay. Yes, and Heidi, thank you for being a member. 4 months. Whoever is dressing Clayton needs a new job. Yeah, the hoodie blazer combo that I think we've seen twice in a row. Yeah, Clayton did tweet that this is the last week we'll see of the hoodie blazer combo. But he also said that about the lip licking, and that didn't happen. That didn't happen. We've continued to see it. We saw it this episode. We saw it last episode. So, and Charleston Franklin, thank you again for the super chat. Thoughts on Eliza being the Bachelorette? Eliza being the Bachelorette. I've had no thought on that so far. Mostly because I don't believe she makes it far enough to be the Bachelorette. I guess Clayton didn't make it far enough to be the Bachelor. Usually. And Katie as well didn't make it very far and was the Bachelorette. However, I feel like that's a bit of a different thing than Clayton, because they had Michelle and they had 2 seasons. So we didn't get like with Clayton, we didn't get the Rodney season and Clayton season, or the Brendan season, Clayton season. Though she's doing well so far, surprisingly well. There's not a lot of Eliza footage in the previews. There's one more moment where she's like she's with him, and it could be a group date sort of thing, where she's like, I always smile with him when I'm with you. That's what I remember from it. But other than that, there's not really a lot of date footage with Eliza. So I don't think that's going to be a thing. Right now, Susie is my early Bachelorette pick. We have reason to believe that she's this woman in Iceland, the woman who rounds out the final 3 from this area of the season, final 3. Potentially someone who could be off to the side there, but certainly in Iceland, and there are a couple of other shots as well. But this is the one that shows that they are specifically in Iceland. And they're in other sections where the 2 of them are making out and they're, all that stuff. That being said, Susie could win. Susie could win. With the other 2 being, I think, Rachel and Gabby. But Rachel's still my early front runner as well. But I don't know. I just, in my mind, I have this idea of that, like, there are things, like, people have tweeted things about her being this Hannah Brown vibe, and I'm trying to look at it from the production standpoint, and I think, like, they would do anything to have another Hannah Brown 2.0, just in terms of, like, view count, viewership. So I don't know. If she makes it this far, they will jump on the opportunity to make her the Bachelorette. Is my early reasoning. But we'll see. We'll see. Hey, she might win. She might win. And Beatriz Hernandez, another name I recognize. Thank you for the support and the super chat. Super cheesy, the hot red, like red chili pepper Ari, I do not tan type shoulders of Clayton in the Baywatch scene. Yes, in comparison with girls, all cute and super nice skin lines. Yikes. Yeah. Clayton needs chapstick. He needs sunscreen and aloe vera now. Yeah. Oh, I noted that as well. And I mean, I guess Gabby also talked about that in the episode. Clayton. He's the Bachelor. He's the Bachelor. Don't question it. Don't question the tan lines, the burn lines, and yeah. That's all I have to say. Would you accept a shrimp from Elizabeth? The one thing that I will say about the shrimp stuff is you can hate on someone for a lot of reasons, but enjoying a lot of shrimp shouldn't be one of them. So, how do I become a member of the channel? There should be a button that says join somewhere down there, or I don't know if you're on mobile. Join. There should be a link in the description as well that you can click. And there are emojis that you unlock, and you support the channel. It's really, let me see if I can throw some of these out. Where are they? I don't know where mine are. Being weird for some reason. Thank you, Shannon, for posting. As well. Scallop finger vibes. Hey, there's nothing wrong with having scallop fingers as well. Yeah, I know. I thought that too. I did think that too. So, yeah, the shrimp counter was a good idea. Yeah, and you're right. So I see people talking about, this is why Clayton was picked. He's gullible and malleable, a producer's dream. That at this point, that's the only thing I can think of, because like there were a lot of options I think open to them that still would have worked out in terms of timeline, apart from Rodney. Like, you know, if they really wanted to go white dude, they could have gone with Rick. And Rick had way more romantic setup going on. Way more screen time as well from Michelle's season. And I think a lot more people were invested in Rick in comparison to Clayton. But Clayton, he just goes with everything, I think. I think he's completely a pawn of production. As sad as it is to say. I think you need to be kind of give and take if you're a lead. And like there needs to be a point where you're saying, like, you know what, like, I'm putting this is like my image, this is my relationship, because hopefully you're on there for the right reasons. I need to we can play the fun villain game and have the drama and stuff like that, and I'll be okay with that. I'll give you the villain rose here and there, but I think Clayton's a little more give than take. So that's that. Also, there are a couple things today. Official. You know what? This is. I don't. You know what? I'm unprepared. I don't have my Bachelor news glasses, but we're gonna do it without. We're gonna just improvise because it's the half-hour mark, and there is some important stuff, very important stuff to talk about for the Bachelor news of the week. Breaking news today. The official announcement. Oh, wrong one. Of Marissa and Riley breaking up. Apparently, so People Magazine has the exclusive. They were told from Marissa and Riley that the official breakup is legit. It's confirmed. Before, there were a lot of rumors and there was a lot of stuff going around that they were, no more. A few things going on. Oh, okay, hold on. Is there? No, no reaction from Bob. Sorry, no reaction from Bob. Still asleep. Yeah, there were rumors because they were posting cryptic things. They deleted photos. There's a whole string of events that led to people going, I think they're broken up. To me, the most damning one of all was that they stopped doing cameos together. They deleted their cameo as a couple. To me, that's the most damning part of all. You can have maybe some cryptic Twitter posts or something about love being hard or all that stuff that was going on, but that part was the most damning. However, officially, hours before the show, just an hour or two before the show, the People article came out saying they received official confirmation from the two that the relationship is over. Marissa and Riley from Bachelor in Paradise, who got engaged at the end of Paradise. Now there is just Serena and Joe and Kenny and Mari, who are going to make it. Putting that out there, not because I have faith in this franchise, but because I don't want to feel like a horrible person. So, they're going to make it. They're going all the way. Anyways, in other Bachelor Nation news this week, another couple, Adam and Raven, had their baby boy, named Gates, I believe. Named Gates? I read one article about this, and I don't know the full story. Is it something like the baby's getting his last name, so they're giving Raven's last name as the first name? Is that it? Because Raven Gates, isn't that her name? So it's is that like a thing? So there you go. Had their baby. Another Bachelor Nation baby. So there you go. Had their baby. Congrats. And that's it for the Bachelor Nation news of this week. So I mostly wanted to talk about the finale stuff, because that really just happened. Yeah. So there you go. And I don't know. Ashley I is she's also, has she had her baby? I don't know. I know she's very, if she, I feel like I would know if she did, right? So, if not, that'll happen soon. Early February, yeah. Okay, so that is really, really soon. Thank you for clearing that up. I wasn't sure because I feel like she's like really close to having her baby, but and I would know. Oh, the thing that they did recently was they had their like name announcement or something like that, or gender. On like, there was some post or something that they were on like Amazon Live or something. Anyways. Am I okay? No. What about Hannah? Yes. What about Hannah's dog? I'm sorry to laugh. No, I left. Yes, Hannah Brown also got a dog. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. I left that off. I did. I decided to leave that off. Unfortunately. But yes, Hannah Brown got a dog. Wasn't there going to be another season of Bachelor this year? I don't know. I'd heard multiple things that I'd heard that they were going to do a new season of The Bachelor in like the regular Bachelorette slot, and then put the Bachelorette in Michelle's season slot, the October to December. I think maybe that got a little bit nixed as well. I've heard they're switching back from a few people. I don't know. Maybe it's because like things like the ratings weren't so amazing for Michelle's season, which could be just due to Bachelor fatigue as well. So we've had a lot of Bachelor content. Could also be they don't want to, like, they had to keep fighting with Dancing with the Stars and Monday Night Football, so they would put it on Tuesdays, and then some episodes it was on Monday. It was really weird, so they might be going back to the May or June just normal schedule, Bachelor in Paradise, then January Bachelor. So, and I'd heard, and I think one thing I'd heard before was that part of it was due to Jesse Palmer's schedule. Like, he preferred doing seasons where they would have it in June, and then, you know, December, like, have it air then. It worked better for him. I don't know. So, but I guess this is all rumors. Yeah, and there are other things like they couldn't get the Bachelor that they wanted, and I mean that's also pretty true for this season as well. I think that's a factor. They wanted Michael A for sure, and I think I mean, other names were tossed out. Andrew S. These are from Katie's season, men from Katie's season. But Greg was also apparently, like, I woke up one day in the summer and, like, Bachelor social media was on fire with opinions about apparently Greg being the... and it was, like, spoiler, but everyone was talking about it. No one was, like, spoiler tagging anything. And then that didn't happen. So maybe they turned it down. Maybe they saw the reaction. I kind of wonder if Greg was really going to, like, offered the Bachelor, even with the craziness that was going on, I kind of think that the Bachelor people would just go with it because it would be very controversial. Like, it was very divided. And I think maybe Greg said no. He thought, nope. But yes, so and we have I'll be checking to see if a new preview is going to be up, so we can look a little bit at next week's episode. What's going to happen with Shanae? They usually post it at around 11 o'clock, so less than 20 minutes. But I'll be keeping my eye open so that we can get back to talking about this episode, this season, the Shanae show at this point, and you know, I also I wonder, because this episode we saw Cassidy with her rose. She said, what is he gonna do? I got a rose. Well, yeah, that blew up in her face. Sent home this episode, and I wonder if production had, you know, things laid out. They were going, okay, perfect. Cassidy's this, like, villain to start our, you know, to get through the season. She's gonna go far. She's gonna be good with Clayton, and then Shanae pops up, and they go, okay, we've got two villains. One of them can go. I wonder. I don't know, but they set things up. They, you know, put things in motion. Clayton finds out about all this you know, stuff. This guy back home, who's apparently he's what did she say? It was like, he's just a friend, and he FaceTimed me to say, you know, maybe when you get back we could just still be friends. You know, seems a little strange. I'm just FaceTiming you to say that when you get back, we can get together and be friends again. But no, Shanae won out on the who's the villain that's gonna stay and last a few episodes. But I know that the argument, and there's like a thing that she posted that was deleted that said, like, oh, we were together months before, and you know what, the more I think about it, the way she talked about this guy in her, like, explanation of it, like, we slept together like a couple months before the show, which I think is, like, fine. At this point, you're like, you have no commitment. As long as you're, like, walking in free of commitment, it's all fine. Like, it's you know, if you're searching for love, you know, search for love. Go on the show. Like, if I were going on the show looking for love, and I knew I was going to get cast, and I had a blind date with someone right before the show, I would feel fine. I think I would feel fine going on that blind date, because what if this ends up being the person that you're going to marry? That this is your person. You know? And if it works out, then you say, okay, I'm not going on the show. I'm going to be with this person. And I believe there have been people who were cast on the show or cast for the Bachelorette, specifically, where that happened. They went on a blind date when they were already, you know, pretty much given the green light to be the Bachelorette, and then they said, I can't. I want this person, so I'm gonna shut it down. I think that's fine. But obviously, the way she spoke about this guy on the show versus afterwards, there's a little something off there. And yes, and Caitlin, thank you for the super chat. My new favorite saying, "Holy shirts and pants, y'all." My new favorite saying as well, and I'm dedicated to inserting that at least once a day into my life. Holy shirts and pants, y'all. It was, gosh, I can't remember her name. She was Brad Womack's number 2 pick from his second season. Brad Womack, second season. Type it in, second season. Gosh, when he chose Emily. Ooh, man, my brain is... Chantal. She was going to be the Bachelorette. It was all pretty much set up. Confirmed publicly at this point now. Confirmed publicly now. And then she went on a blind date and said nope. And now she's married to the man that she went on that blind date with. And they switched it up. And was it Ashley? Don't quote me on that. But don't quote me on that. Yeah, Ashley H. Just do a double check. I'm always hopeful for the Bachelor preview to come up early, but they seem to put it right on the... right on like 11 o'clock, 11, just after 11 on the dot. Yeah. So, there you go. I think there's no issue with that. Going on a blind date. Even though you're committed to the show, like you're going on the show, you've been accepted, you've been casted. The Sally stuff, which we know a lot more about, if you remember from the first episode, Sally, she was the woman who was supposed to be getting married the day of night 1. And it really felt like, I don't know, to me it felt like the implication was this was like a save the date from a while back. And then they broke up, and then she was like cast on the show, and it's all like, all good. She applied for the show or was cast on the show, after this engagement, and she just couldn't do it. It was just too hard to think about being there. But we now know that it was... So she was having her Bachelorette party about just over a month before filming began. And then she went on the show, which is a casting process that, usually takes months. And you're meeting with the producers. There's a process to it. You fly out, all this sort of thing. You have interviews and stuff like that. It's not like a couple week process typically. At least in everything that I've ever read about it and heard about it from multiple people and in interviews and stuff like that. However, there are some cases where someone can go through the process, not get cast, and then be fast-tracked because they've already gone through the process for a different season. They applied for, she applied for whoever season, Matt James before or something like that, and then was brought on for Clayton's. So after that, she was then seen again in Mexico, tagged by a friend on Instagram with her ex-fiancé. August to November, with a Bachelor production in between. And Ratch, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm 9 months sober today. Congrats. That's fantastic. Congratulations, Ratch. That's an awesome thing. Thank you for sharing that. Thanks for being here. Congratulations. That's awesome. I'm so happy to to read that. Thank you for some positivity in a very drama-filled season of The Bachelor, and thanks for being here. So congrats. I almost said yes.
Thank you for sharing that message with me. That's awesome.
I almost said thank you for sharing that. But I really mean it. It's not just like a line like with Matt James, though I think most of the time Matt meant it. But yeah, so this whole Sally business, highly suspect. At the end of the day, through the drama, Shanae will go. We will get down to our final three. And apparently Clayton has been intimate with at least the final two. At least the final two. So, I wonder if it was a producer who said, you should tell them. At the rose ceremony. At the rose ceremony. Because that's, you stay up at night, you think about this stuff, you go, couldn't Clayton just, pull them aside privately, Or maybe on, their one-on-one or something, and just said, hey, just so you know, this is where I'm at. We don't need to do this in front of the cameras. These are our real feelings on the line. Instead, he does it at the rose ceremony. And he tells 3 women he's in love with them, and he's at least slept, been intimate with 2. Oh yes, and someone I see talking about Matt James and Rachel. Weren't they they were at Namacolin this past weekend, and that kind of had the are they gonna get engaged thing? They're back where they. So. But. No word of an engagement, and I think Matt's mom was there too, so it was really engagement? Question mark. So we'll just wait on the. See if the preview is dropping any minute. So we can do some live sleuthing, but regardless, we will have the preview breakdown to really dive into everything. It's always the waiting game. Engagement of who? There was no engagement. It was Matt James and Rachel. They were at Nemacolin, where they filmed Matt's season. They went back. Or if they did get engaged, they've not made an announcement or anything like that. But that was very like, Seems like a thing you would do. Like, if you take a trip to Paris and you head up to the Eiffel Tower after you've been in a relationship for a couple of years, and you're ready, you've moved in together, kind of, Are you going to watch Tyler Cameron on that Dirty Dancing show on Fox? Maybe. I'll definitely have some sort of eye on it. What I am more invested in is Love is Blind Season 2. That's one. That's coming out February 11th, so a couple weeks Friday, I believe. I think it's coming out on Friday. My plan is to as I don't want to promise anything because I don't know what the schedule is like, what the release is kind of like. I kind of anticipate that they're going to do the release 3 episodes thing, and then wait a week and then release another 3 episodes, and then they do that often with Netflix and a lot of reality TV on these streaming channels. But I would like to cover it. I covered Love is Blind before when the pandemic started as something to do because Bachelorette didn't happen. Claire's season didn't happen. At least right away. It was delayed till October. So I did that, and actually my highest viewed video on this channel is not a Bachelor video. It's a Love is Blind video. But yes, I'm very interested in watching and hopefully covering as well. And yeah, and I saw Too Hot to Handle Season 3. I didn't even know that was out, and then I it was coming, and I just heard someone was talking about it. I knew they did Season 2, but yeah, I'm definitely interested in covering Love is Blind again. Yeah, Tyler Cameron's on this sort of Dirty Dancing kind of show. That's going to be on Fox. Dirty Dancing inspired. Wasn't he offered Dancing with the Stars as well or something? But guess he's doing that. Maybe there was a better offer. But that's the plan. It might be very busy because it'll be Bachelor going on as well, and then Friday 3 episodes. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do, but I really want to cover it. Put in the extra time to get that covered. Yeah, Tyler was also on the rumored cast list for Celebrity Big Brother 3. I couldn't tell if that was a meme though, because there was a lot of fake memes of people on Celebrity Big Brother. So I thought that, and I was like, oh, okay, interesting. And then I saw the memes kind of going around of people on Big Brother, so I didn't know if that was fake. I might be wrong on that. So All right. We're up. I got it 40 seconds ago. Preview up. So we are going to now transition, do a little bit of live sleuthing, and go over... There are a few fake outs. Nothing like life-changing here that I already noticed in the first look from the end of the actual episode. But we're going to get into live sleuthing to finish off the stream for next episode. It's going to be on next week. It's not another another 2-week break. Football's just on the weekend now, so we're clear. But gonna get on the sleuthing headphones and head on over to this preview. View number 4. So, all right. Let's see what we have in store for us this next episode.
Don't point your fingers at me.
I'm like, whoa.
Shanae, we thought it was gonna be bad. We didn't think it was gonna be this bad.
You're toxic and you're lying.
Why is she a liar? Don't point your finger at me.
Yeah, so we've got the Genevieve Shanae stuff coming out. We know they're on the sports group date together next week after the next rose ceremony, where Shanae throws the trophy that they win, I guess, for being the team that wins the group date. We might be getting to the point where, I guess we'll see in this preview. Maybe we'll find out later where we're getting to one group date in an episode and 2 one-on-ones instead of the 2 group dates. See if we can confirm that in the preview breakdown. But Shanae living in her delusional world again of wait. I'm the one that's been wronged. Everyone else, I should be angry at everyone else. No one should be angry at me. I've done, Okay. Let's continue.
You liar. Don't point your finger at me.
Oh my God!
Is that shrimp, Shanae? The Gulf of Mexico called. They'd like their shrimp back, please.
Well, so this is okay, I'm gonna double check this because this is new Elizabeth footage. Maybe? This could be a fake out. So I originally was saying Elizabeth gets eliminated, and you would think that Clayton at the next rose ceremony has to choose one of them. It has to be Shanae or Elizabeth, and there's too much drama going on. He has to choose one. But we know Shanae makes it to the next group date. So, by default, Elizabeth goes. This shot could be her on this date. Here. Another shrimp thing. We've got more shrimp stuff going on with Shanae. However, this could be from this episode. They could be using a soundbite of Elizabeth talking about the shrimp from before and throw it in here, make it seem like Elizabeth makes it through the next rose ceremony. Well, I can't give you the answer on this now, but before I said Elizabeth was going, now there's a bit of a... We're gonna have to investigate this and get and look further for the preview breakdown. But all right, here's the group date coming up.
Please.
The Bachelor.
Shanae is gonna get what's coming to her.
I think there's gonna be a lot of drama.
So we'll be checking these these helmets because they have everyone's name on them. This with sorry, who's the here we got the cast here. I need the cast sheet. Yeah, Kira. Looks like it could be from this latest rose ceremony. So that might be a fake out. We've got here, yeah. Mira, Genevieve, you got names here that we can... Jill, right here. We can look at for, Hunter, Lindsay. All for people who are going to make it through the next rose ceremony. We'll see if there's an Elizabeth thrown in there. Don't know if there is. So, we'll see. It might take some more investigative preview stuff. We'll talk about it in the preview breakdown.
I think
But this will be the sports date where the trophies handed out. So another name here. Teddy on the date as well.
I'm so annoyed. Hi!
Hey.
I got this sexy dress. I'm here to win. I deserve it.
Let's go.
There's also another shot from the previews with Clayton in the sweater saying someone's lying. And if you're seriously at a point where, say Elizabeth is gone or not on this date, because Elizabeth, could still be there and be on a separate date or something. Could be getting a one-on-one for all we know. But Clayton is in this sweater, like this turtleneck, saying someone's lying in the previews. My inclination is that he's talking about Genevieve and Shanae, because this is the same outfit that Shanae's wearing when she throws the trophy. But you think at that point, Clayton would go, okay. Maybe there's something off here with Shanae. Maybe, he'll have to think really hard about it. But maybe he'll come to the right conclusion.
Let's go.
What the are you doing?
Keep my name on your mouth.
Oh my god.
Yep, well, and there you go. That's the end of it. So will Shanae last longer than this? Well, there is more footage of Shanae beyond even this. However, I can't tell you if that's something that happens in between this date and the next rose ceremony, after this. So, there's this potential 2-on-1 that we've talked about in past preview breakdowns. In which case, she might last even another rose ceremony. But after that, it's a stretch. And I don't know if she makes it to Toronto. I don't think there's footage of her in Toronto. So, while we might have a few more episodes of Shanae, it's not going to last forever. There is an end date. So the rules on 2-on-1s are a bit weird. We haven't really had a traditional 2-on-1 in a long while, in many seasons. The 2-on-1s that we have had have been kind of like separate from the group date. On Peter's season, it was kind of like a pre-rose ceremony bonus thing. So it's possible that they could be having a 2-on-1 sit down, and that happens, in the same episode as this. That on this date with the whole Genevieve and stuff, and Clayton saying, in this turtleneck, someone's lying. We have to get to the bottom of this. So they have an additional, 2-on-1 kind of thing. It's possible. So, all right. One last. People are requesting before the end of the the end of the stream. So yes, it's time to get to bed, so we can video edit, get up nice and early, and Bob needs his beauty rest. So one last little Bob cam. Here. There you are. One last Bob cam. He's still sleeping. Hasn't really moved at all. Bob, I don't know what kind of dog Bob is. He was a rescue. He was from Texas. And when Hurricane Harvey hit, I have a video on my... If you just Google Bachelor Fan Take Dogs, it was for 50K subscribers. I did a video about my dogs. When Hurricane Harvey hit, an organization came and got a bunch of dogs from shelters, dogs stuck in the storm and stuff like that. Bob was one of those dogs. He was on the street, and he has no teeth, and he's lost a lot of muscle on his head because he had distemper as a puppy. He's all good now. He loves getting pet. He's all comfy. Everything's great. But we don't really know, like, the doctors, the people who found him, the rescue organization. No one really knows what he is. So, Southern boy in the north. Yes, he is. He was a little bit shell shocked with some of the cold when he first came here, but now he's getting used to it. So there you have it. Live sleuthing, little Bob cam, and another episode of The Bachelor. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Yeah, if you want to know more, check out that video. If you search into YouTube, Bachelor Fan Take Dogs, or Bachelor Fan Take 50K Dog Reveal, you should be able to find. You'll see both my dogs and their stories. Two very different dogs, both rescues though. And yeah, and that's it. Thank you all for joining me. It's time to go to bed. Keep your eyes peeled tomorrow for the recap of this episode, and then a much more detailed preview breakdown where we're going to look into that Elizabeth stuff. We're going to look into Shanae's timeline. How does that look like? What's that looking like? Is she going to stick around? How long is she going to stick around? All that stuff. And if there was any more surprise sleuthing info we can get to, we'll investigate it there. So have a great night, everybody. And until next time, Bachelor Fan Take out.